Howdy guys. What are we going to talk about today? Well, what we're going to talk about is fire. Here in episode 2, we're going to talk about making a fire. I know you've seen all these guys. They're going to make fire bows. They're going to make fire sticks. But you know what? My goal was to make sure you guys were prepared. And you see almost no shows on YouTube or television when you're stuck in the middle of no place, how you can make your life easier if you're prepared. And it doesn't take much to be prepared. You can put things to prepare yourself in a little teeny tin box, in a candy box, and you're prepared. You stick it in your pocket, put it under the seat of your car, throw it in your backpack. You know, this is stuff we're going to cover. All right, so hang in there, stay tuned. We're going to talk about fire. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, where do I start? I'm going to start with the basic. Matches. Matches have been around in a form that we recognize, like this, since only about the Great War or World War I. You know all these old cowboy movies where you see cowboys striking a match on their shoe and stuff like that? That's not very realistic. The strike anywhere and the safety match have not been around for all that long, probably less than a century. There were matches as early as the Civil War and before, matches that contained red phosphorus, other dangerous compounds that would light easily in your pocket. One was called a lucifer, which was a small bottle of phosphorus you would dip a wooden stick in and pull it out and it would ignite. If you fell or somebody bumped you and the bottle broke inside your pocket, you would burst into flame. But we're going to talk about regular matches. There's all kinds. But we're gonna basically focus not on paper matches but stick matches. Now, you can use all these various different containers to store your matches in to make them convenient. I have a pill bottle here. It's got a piece of paper towel stuffed in the top of it. This helps absorb moisture, and it also is a tinder material, and it also keeps the matches from rattling around inside the container. It's pretty useful. Tuck it in there nice and snug, put the top on, and you're ready. All right? This is actually a matchbox made by Diamond Matches a few years back. I still have it. I used up all the matches, but you know what? You put in new matches. It's tin, it's not water resistant, and it's got a striker on the back so you can light your match. These are available at the dollar store. You can get 10 of these boxes for $1. They're not strike anywhere, they're strike on box matches. They have a pointy tip to facilitate striking right here. This is just, I don't even know what this was. It was just a little tube with a cap on it. I picked it up at a yard sale. I put stick matches in it. You can throw that in your pack, your glove box. Throw it in your camping box. This one lives in my camping box. It's been there for a couple of decades. It's just fine. And then we have these specialty matches. These hurricane style matches. They burn for a long time. They're good for starting at damp fires, damp material. They work really well. You can get these on eBay. They're not that expensive. They come from China. They come from England. Some survival and prep sites carry them. They have a striker material in there. You can strike it on existing boxes. They're just perfectly fine for everyday use while you're camping. And then we have, last but not least, the military style tube. You open it up. There's stick matches in there. These stick matches have been kicking around for a while in this thing. Oh, we're still good. Believe it or not, stick matches have a shelf life. I've purchased matches like this 50, 60 years old, and they don't light. They'll light if you stick them in an open flame, very reluctantly. I've had some wax Vestas that don't light. So I think the problem is that the material the head is made of absorbs moisture and renders the match inoperable. Better way to say it. And then this is actually from the Second World War. Same type of thing, has a little gasket here. Stick matches inside. The flint striker is long gone. But it's got a little compass in the top that works quite well. So here's a little thing. It says you are looking at, and you look in there like I'm going to look right now. It says you are looking due west, right? And north is a little clear window on the top, and north is in that direction, and you know where you are. And none of this stuff was expensive. Yard sale, couple of bucks, not even that much. And all dollar store stuff except for this, which was I bought some British 24-hour rations, and these are in it. Back again, folks. What do we have here? Lighters. Everybody pretty much who's prepped, camped, hiked, backpacked, whatever, recognizes a lighter. Some of you smoke, some of you don't smoke. Upside, downside. Lighters work almost all the time. If they're immersed in water, they're probably not going to work. But on a whole, these are pretty reliable. Yeah, you got to carry fuel around. I always carry a little can of fuel with me wherever I go. Whenever I'm out in the woods, if I'm car camping, I always have one of these. If I'm not car camping, I carry a second lighter. I've done it for years. Never had a problem with it. I know there's going to be a lot of detractors, but to be perfectly honest, well, let's get to those detractions. Leaks in your pocket burned your leg. Yeah, you're right. That's because a pot full of people don't know how to fill lighters. All right? They fill the lighter up, and then it runs all over the place, and it gets on their skin, and they're really disappointed with the results. Okay? So we're going to have a little lesson here real quick. The other detraction is, oh, what if your flint runs out? Well, you know what? There is a hole right here to stick a spare flint in. So you buy a thing of flints for 98 cents and stick a spare flint in there. Or if you're like me, you drop a spare flint under this pad and put it on top. So we're going to fill this lighter here real quick and show you how to do it so you don't burn the crap out of yourself. There's two ways to do it. You can lift that pad, just like I did. It says lift to fill, and fill the lighter. So you start filling your lighter. Now you get to the point where you start watching it very carefully. And when it starts to form a little pool of lighter fluid, put the pad down. That absorbs the extra fluid, prevents it from leaking out into your pocket, and your lighter lights. I don't know if you can see the flame. Alright? If you've overdone it, wipe it off with a paper towel, throw it in a shirt pocket, set it down for an hour or two while you do something else. Lighters not to get. Novelty lighters. Alright. All these lighters were cheap. All yard sale lighters. I'm going to tell you, this is the most expensive lighter I got, this gas can one, because it's kind of World War II-y and it looks like a GI gas can. But the problem is, it's fragile It doesn't have good wind resistance. It doesn't light 100% of the time. And it's hard to manipulate because of this floppy lid. This one here, not a bad lighter. Strike it, lights almost every time, but once again, no windscreen, not wind resistant. And it has a very small fuel reservoir, and it doesn't stay full very long, even if you're not using it. This one here looks kind of military-ish. Got your infantry cannons on, or guns on there. But it's hard to manipulate. You've got this little tiny striker here. It takes two hands. If there's one thing I can say for this lighter, if you fill it today, in 6 months, it'll most likely still light. But, once again, don't recommend them. Especially if your hands are cold. That's a real bear. Alright. Zippos. Everybody knows the Zippo. Yeah! Lifetime warranty. If I break this, Zippo's like 40 years old. If I break it, send it to Zippo, they'll fix it. Here we go. Storm King. Good lighter. All aluminum. Very light. Fluid lasts a long time. I think this was $1 at a yard sale. Okay, you saw me strike the lighter. Try not to strike the wheel on a dry lighter. It'll burn up your wick, and then you're going to have to disassemble the lighter to fix the wick. Don't do it. It's pain. So if your lighter's dry, don't strike it. Also, if these are going to sit for any lengthy period of time, remove the flint. Flint's oxidized, they turn to a white dust, and they'll jam this wheel, and it's a bear getting it fixed. I've had a lot of experience working on lighters, believe it or not. The one I carry with me all the time, Windmaster. Aluminum and steel construction, very positive strike, good wind resistance, large lighter, good reserve capacity. I've got 4 or 5 of them. Windmaster, Windmaster, Windmaster. This is my lighter of choice when I'm out every day or I'm camping or hiking, is the Windmaster. You see it? Alright. It's less fragile than this barrel hinge that they use on the Zippos, trust me. Not that Zippo is bad. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It is a good lighter, and you get a nice good flame off of it. And it's pretty, and they're really wind resistant. But for the price of a Zippo, you can probably get 3 or 4 of those. Alright? Or you can get 5 or 6 of these. Good lighter, Storm King. Propane lighters. There you go. They can be wet and they'll still work. This one's refillable. Jet lighter. Alright. Butane lighter. Lights pretty much every time. Jet flame. Problem is, I've actually had someone drop one of these piezoelectric lighters and they stopped working because whatever the piezo crystal is has cracked. You're done. No fixing it. This has got kind of funky plastic parts. I didn't buy this lighter. This was a gift. I bought this lighter because I was out having cigars with some buddies and I didn't have my lighter with me and I had to stop and buy a lighter. But this has got an adjustable flame. Ooh, it's camouflaged. Ooh, you hook it to your belt. But it's plastic. They're plastic. Plastic breaks. Leave this in a hot car, it can pop. You know. So try to limit yourself on plastic lighters.